Welcome to Ouch. Was that a ghost? This podcast may contain graphic material, which some listeners may find disturbing. Listener discretion is advised.
Help me.
Now that we covered that, here's your host, Liz.
Welcome back to Ouch, Was That a Ghost? Today, back with me again is Chris from Twisted Tales. Thank you for coming by, Christopher.
Anytime. I'm always here, especially if it's a podcast for you.
So how was your holidays and your New Year?
It was all right. Holidays were good. New Year's was too short.
New Year's Day is just so whatever to me. It's not even exciting.
No, it's just like, hey, man, I'm just going to chill. And everybody's like, what are you doing on New Year's, buddy? You coming out getting drunk? No.
Yeah, it's just like holidays are over, time to relax, take a breath, make resolutions that you're not going to keep, and,
And relax. Oh, yeah, it's like, hey, I'm going to quit smoking. It's like, hey, I'm still smoking.
I'm trying to work out more. I have to get back into the swing of it.
Well, that's good. Don't we all?
Yeah, because it's hard. It's like once you start going to the gym and it's a regular thing, you go. But once you have that break, you need like that kick in your ass to get back out there. And then it becomes like routine again.
Well, yeah, I mean, you just got to keep it routine and it'll be fine. I did it for a while there, then I stopped, and now look at me.
That's how I feel.
Fucking 18,000 pounds of pure blobness. I hear you. You know the video games like Kirby, and he sucks all the food in him? Yeah, Kirby's awesome.
That's me too. I can relate.
Or Stay Puffed. He's a giant marshmallow man. I wonder what his blood sugars were. What's this tale you got here? Tell me.
So, as kids, me and my friends always played a lot of games at sleepovers. Like we would play Truth or Dare, or do you remember the game Light as a Feather, Stiff as a Board?
No.
You don't? A girl would lay flat. Well, me and my girlfriends, when we had sleepovers, one would lay flat and everybody would take two of their fingers, like their pointy finger and the middle finger, and put it under the person, and everyone would circle around them and be light as a feather, stiff as a board, light as a feather, stiff as a board, and you try to lift her up.
Okay. No, never did that with any of my friends.
Whatever.
You
Dweeb.
fucking dork.
But today we're going to be talking about another one of probably the most popular sleepover game. I don't know if it's considered lore, ritual, folklore, creepypasta. Probably an urban legend. I'm going to call it an urban legend.
Yeah, go with that.
Bloody Mary.
Is that what you're doing, Bloody Mary?
Yeah.
Bloody Mary. Awesome.
There are a lot of variations, versions, depending on who you ask. This is a divination.
Who did we ask?
Today we're asking me.
All right, then. Keep it going.
This being a divination is seeking knowledge or the future by some sort of supernatural means. This historical divination ritual encouraged young women, this is like a far stretch from what it became later, but it encouraged young women to turn off all the lights in the house, grab a candle, and then a mirror in the other hand, walk up a flight of stairs backwards. So you're in the dark and you have a mirror and a candle, and you just went up the flight of stairs backwards. And once you reach the top, you're supposed to look in the mirror, which will either reveal your future husband or like a skull or the Grim Reaper. And this will mean that you're going to die before you get married.
Wouldn't that be nice?
I feel like a lot of divinations back then were to see like, who's my future husband, or, you know what I mean? Like the Halloween ritual where you like prepare your meal backwards and then the front door is supposed to knock and there's supposed to be like your future husband there.
What the fuck kind of fucking things you got going on in Massachusetts?
But in more modern versions from like the 1960s on.
Well, it's like the Simpsons episode, the Treehouse of Horrors, when they're like, we'll tell you what your future husband is or what their occupation is. And they like light a candle, drip a piece of wax in the water, and then it forms. It's like, oh, look, your husband's going to be a janitor.
That's all pretty much, that's divination, basically. I love how The Simpsons includes all that stuff. That's so funny.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, then they turn it around. He's like, oh, he's going to be a janitor. Then they turn it around. Or an Olympic gold medalist. You got to have the positive to it, right?
Absolutely. In more modern versions from like the 1960s on, captromancy, or divination using a mirror, is still part of the ritual, which That goes way back, like using the mirror as part of divination. I can't keep saying that word, captrominacy.
Captrominacy. But yeah, no, that's like, isn't it like the mirror supposed to be like, like a portal, a dimension, something?
A lot of people think that. But they had sightings going back to ancient Rome where a sick person would give an offering, pray to the gods, and then he'd use this mirror and would either see a healthy face or a ghoulish thing looking back at him, which would tell him like if you're going to recover from your sickness or not. The priests back then would use these polished metal mirrors to try and see the future to get advice from gods. Surprisingly, Christians used them, pagans, and and even ancient Egyptians used mirrors to see the future or to guide them into the afterlife. They've been found in tombs.
Huh. Interesting.
In ancient China, mirrors were used to predict the future or to see or cleanse the soul or to give good luck. So basically, mirrors have been part of certain rituals forever. And a lot of people like you consider mirrors portals to other realms or the paranormal world.
Well, exactly. I mean, paranormal world would be totally crazy, I bet.
Well, there's a lot of like places that cover mirrors, like when the people die because they think they're going to get trapped or.
I wonder, like, the mirror people ever discovered, like, the ladder people. You know what I mean? Like, hey, don't walk under a ladder, and then boom, you're in another fucking dimension. I thought this was supposed to be 13 years bad luck,
The mirror people.
It's like, this isn't 13 years bad luck. The fuck? I'm in another portal. It's like, aha.
Yep.
The mirror and the ladder switch things, right? Here's your portal.
The oldest trick in the book.
Fuck. Those stinksters.
Again, this has many variations, but one version is that either one or a few people go into a dimly lit room or a candle-lit room. I feel like the bathroom is pretty common to use.
Well, yeah, because you're right there. You can turn off the lights, a small space, have a candle on the sink. Yeah, no, it's feasible.
And the name Bloody Mary, again, variations. Some use Hail Mary or Mary Worth. There's like a bunch like Mary Jane. There's a whole bunch of versions. And her name would have to be said, again, variations between 3, some say 13, some say 47, some say up to 100 times to invoke her. And what I found was really funny, I never heard this before. Some variations include spinning so many times or flushing the toilet as part of the ritual. I don't think we've ever flushed the toilet trying to call Bloody Mary.
That's insane. No, your parents would beat the shit out of you. Why are you flushing that fucking toilet so many times for?
Then if it worked, and you did successfully summon her, in the mirror, Bloody Mary should appear. Her descriptions have been that she's a corpse, a witch, a skeleton, or a woman covered in blood like her name.
Ooh.
Sometimes she'll appear alone, and sometimes she'll be holding a dead baby.
Ugh.
Either way, a murdered woman will usually appear.
Like upside down holding a baby? Like, how does she hold the baby?
Cradling it.
So it's just like, oh, hey, look at my death baby.
Yeah.
Gross.
She could be benevolent or malevolent. Some say that she'll just stare at you, and sometimes she'll let out this spine-chilling scream at the person that summons her.
Okay, that's crazy. So what's the scream do? Does that like give her, like, jinx the person or anything? Or just terrifies them?
I feel like she's just pissed somebody bugged her. Like, what the fuck do you want?
Well, yeah, I mean, you're in the afterlife. Oh, what the fuck? Again? Yeah, no, I mean, you're in the afterlife, you're right. Like, what do you got going on? Nothing, you're just chilling.
I know, you'd think that she'd welcome visitors.
Well, yeah, somebody to talk to, right?
And sometimes she's said to reach right through the mirror trying to strangle the person, or to take their soul, or she may just drag you right through the mirror, never to be seen again. Well, some claim that she'll scratch your eyes out, or just straight murder the person that disturbed her.
Oh, really?
You never have?
No, I've been too scared to get my fucking eyes gouged out.
Oh, it's fun. You should try it.
Oh, she said, yeah.
Some say that your own face that you see, your own reflection in the mirror, will appear to be distorted, warped, melted, or even bloodied.
Oh.
And some say that she will tell your future. So I guess that's the benefit people are going for. I did it just because I succumbed to peer pressure. Honestly, when I was a kid, they were like, oh, we're doing it. You want to do it? Sure. You want to jump off a bridge? Sure.
Yeah.
Who exactly Bloody Mary was, if she even was based on a real person, is debated, but people do have theories. One being Mary Worth from Wadsworth, Illinois. That's an awesome town name or city. I don't know if it's a town or a city.
You got your Wadsworth.
She was a woman who, during the Civil War, betrayed and captured slaves that were attempting to flee the Underground Railroad. And she either sold them back for profit or she just murdered them for her rituals. The people in town caught her and murdered her, either by hanging her or burning her at the stake.
Well, I guess that wasn't a mistake.
Ah. Or there was another Mary Worth who was from Salem, Massachusetts.
I enjoy the word Massachusetts up in this.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Salem. Salem's the best. She was said to live deep in the woods near a village. People of the village would only go see her if they were sick, and Mary would give tonics or potions to cure their ailments. Over time, the village started to notice that the young girls from the village were going missing, and people started to whisper about that woman that lives in the woods.
Uh-oh.
When villagers went to go see Mary at her cabin deep in the woods to ask about the girls, they knocked and they were surprised that Mary, who previously had looked a lot older with more wrinkles, had this glow, this vitality, youthfulness that they surmised she had stolen from the missing young girls.
So she was pretty much just, using that to get youthful.
Yeah, I'm picturing like Hocus Pocus, you know how she's sucking the life out of the little kids?
No, never seen the movie.
I don't know if we can be friends anymore. Wow. So the people of the nearby village captured Mary and burned her at the stake. And as she was being burned alive, she left a curse on anyone that dared utter her name. But, I mean, she may have just been a natural healer that knew, like, plants' medicinal properties. I don't know. Another theory being that the spirit is of Elizabeth Bathory, the Hungarian noblewoman who brutally tortured and murdered hundreds of young women at the end of the 1500s through the beginning of the 1600s. You've heard of her, right?
Yeah, I covered her like episode 30 or something.
Okay. She did all sorts of sick things to these young girls, like
Yeah.
human caterpillar stuff, just horrific torture. And she was said to have used their blood to keep her youth.
Well, she pretty much just tortured anybody for like anything, just her own fucking amusement.
Sicko. It's been said that Elizabeth Bathory may have murdered over 600 young women. Others say she was a murderer, but it was all super exaggerated because the royal family owed her late husband a lot of money and just wanted her to go away. But in my opinion, when I've read, she was a sicko.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure over time a little bit gets exaggerated, but she was out there.
Well, I mean, think about it. When was that back in like the 1600s or something? So, I mean, think of how many years that was.
Like the end of the 1500s into the 1600s was when she was doing it.
Well, I mean, think of the game telephone, right? That between now and 2026. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I believe some of it was exaggerated, but I think she was a sicko too.
Well, yeah, I mean, once I get this time machine built, we'll go back and check it out.
That would be fantastic. Have you been watching Rick and Morty? Another theory, probably the most popular, being that Bloody Mary is Mary Tudor, who was born on February 18th, 1516 in England to Catherine of Aragon, which I'm sure you know her, and Henry VIII. Henry VIII, the one that had 6 wives, and he was the one that divided the church and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Beheading instead of divorce, you know?
See, I mean, that should just make a comeback, right? Like, women have the right to use this now. It's like, oh, okay. I don't want to be with my husband anymore. Kaplock!
Bring the guillotine back.
Hell yeah.
Back then, it was the whole male heir thing, and Henry desperately wanted a son who could succeed himself. And if anything went wrong, of course, back then it was the mother's fault. If there was a miscarriage, or the mother couldn't get pregnant, or the mother kept producing females, it was her fault because God was punishing her. It was never the king's fault. It had nothing to do with years and years of inbreeding on the royal family's part. I hope you sense my sarcasm on the last line.
Well, I mean, think about it. I mean, you got to have those childbearing hips back in those days, right? Can't be any, just any wench. Got to be the royal wench.
Yes.
Yay.
So Catherine of Aragon did give King Henry VIII 3 sons and a daughter, but they all died as infants. Mary was the only one to survive infancy. He did actually go on to have several male heirs with different women, but the only one that survived through childhood was Edward VI. And he was crowned king at 9 years old and died 6 years later. But that's like later on, and the royals had so much other stuff going on. So I'm like super dumbing this stuff all down. Not dumbing it down, but surmising it so much. So upon the death of now 15-year-old Edward, that one male son that he had, that King Henry VIII had, Mary was to succeed him. Okay, so back to Mary the First. Well, Mary Tudor right now. This is a super quick, minimal version, but Henry wanted to now marry a different woman, Anne Boleyn, which you've probably heard of her too. So he divorced Catherine, who was Mary's mother, and that was, of course, the king blamed her for not producing male heirs. And then he decided to have his daughter Mary declared illegitimate, taking away her title as princess. So now she was just a lady.
Luck be a lady to die.
But her father, Henry VIII, died in 1547, and her half-brother Edward, the one that survived through infancy, took the crown at 9 years old. And then he died at the age of 15 in 1553.
So we got 6 years.
He got 6 years of being a king, from 9 to 15. Can you imagine? How funny is that? Not funny, but weird.
Good for him.
But Mary fought to get her title back, and then she was crowned Queen of England. And she tried to, flip the script. I didn't really get into it, but King Henry had this whole thing about the English Reformation. He was trying to get rid of Catholicism and keep Protestant as the main religion, basically. She tried to switch that around to bring Catholic back, and she was unsuccessful in the endeavor. She was a little bit successful during her life, but when she died, her sister reversed it all. But basically, back to Mary. I keep getting off topic. Who was plagued with depression through her life. She is said to have irregular periods. She was now 37 years old, and she decided to marry Philip of Spain, which pissed off a lot of people because he was a foreigner. And they said that she should marry someone that's English. And within months of being married, Mary's period stopped on September 1554, and she was showing all the symptoms of being pregnant, morning sickness, weight gain. I mean, back then, you couldn't run to CVS for a pregnancy test, so it was mostly acknowledged by symptoms. She went to a doctor who said, yep, you're pregnant, and the pregnancy was announced.
Is that so?
'Tis. 'Twas decreed. And this is what Mary wanted more than anything, to be a mother, specifically to have a male heir, to give her father, who at this time already passed away, and her husband a male heir. Time passed, the due date came and went, no baby, and people started talking. They said that maybe she delivered a mole or a lump of clay, and her previously distended stomach had shrunken, and Mary just fell further into a depression. It's thought that she had a phantom pregnancy, which is a rare condition, but it still happens, where a person believes they're pregnant and their body follows. Like your period stops, your hormones change, you get the breast tenderness, and some even report feeling this non-existent baby move in their stomach. Like the human mind is wild.
Oh, yeah. No, it's going to play a lot of tricks on you and stuff like that, too, right? If you think about things too much, I guess.
The fact that your mind can just flip your hormones is insane to me.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
And in 1557, Mary thought she was with child again. And this time there was not all the fuss because everyone was like, yeah, she's pregnant again. And she just health-wise went downhill really fast. She was in pain. She was ill. And Mary died childless in 1558. At only 42 years old, from what is thought to now have been cancer, possibly ovarian cancer. And she was succeeded by Queen Elizabeth, which I'm sure you've heard of her too. But Mary, during her rule, was responsible for hundreds of deaths, while her father was responsible for over 70,000 deaths. And Elizabeth, who preceded her, she had 200 people hanged, drawn, quartered. But Mary is the one that's known as Bloody Mary. So I'd be pissed if I was her too.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
She went down in history for burning hundreds of Protestants at the stake due to their religious beliefs, gaining her that nickname. And her deep desire for a baby is why she's thought to be the person possibly in the mirror that may be carrying a deceased baby that she so longed for.
Oh, that's pretty interesting facts on that. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But those are just a few theories as to her origin. There are tons of them. I could go on and on, but I'm not going to. But it's crazy how there's other countries that have urban legends that slightly parallel ours. In Japanese culture, they have an urban legend, again, varies a lot, but basically it's that a young girl was murdered, some say killed while she was playing hide and seek or during a World War II air raid. Some say she was murdered by a stranger or her own parents, or that she took her own life after being bullied at school. Like Bloody Mary, it's sort of like a ritual. You have to go into the girls' bathroom, usually one on the 3rd floor, and you're supposed to knock 3 times on the 3rd stall and ask if she is there. And if it's done correctly, she should reply in this positive, yes, I'm here, or yes, I am, for example.
Okay.
And the person summoning Hanoko-san may see the ghost or the bloodied hand of Hanoko-san come out. And that hand may grab the summoner and drag the person through the toilet straight to hell. Or a three-headed lizard may come down and eat the person that's invading Hanako-san's privacy, like either or.
So either way, you're fucked.
Well, you either go to hell or you get eaten by a three-headed lizard. Either one.
Whatever.
I don't see the benefit of doing the ritual.
What if you had to pick? It's just like, whatever, just get both over with, right? It's like, no, you have to pick one. It's like, I don't care anymore. It's like, nah, they'd probably just let you go.
I'd probably take the lizard.
I don't know. Hell's filled with some pretty fucked up characters.
And that trip down the toilet drain, it would be like so claustrophobic.
Das poop.
And that. Yeah, I'm going lizard. It's like the Cerberus, their version, the three-headed lizard. I love it. But
shitless.
Whether you believe any of these women inspired or are Bloody Mary, the tale itself has withstood time, changing over generations, but still very relevant and well-known. And again, unrelated, there is an episode on South Park where they summoned Biggie Smalls by chanting his name 3 times in the mirror. I don't know why I'm including that, but I found that very funny. Whether there is any truth to the ritual or there's a reason people claim to see bloody, disfigured women in the mirror was actually studied. And in an article I'll link below, researchers studied what happens when you put a person in a dimly lit room and you just have them stare at themselves. Within a minute during this study, most of the people saw their own faces distort, with some saying it changed into a monster, an alien, or something, or someone else entirely was looking back. And this is due to the phenomenon known as the Troxler fading effect. It's sort of like an optical illusion. Like if you keep looking at the same thing in bad lighting, your brain tries to fill in the spaces, and it leads to like blurriness and distortion. In that same linked article, Dr. Giovanni Caputo, who led another similar study, determined, quote, in normal conditions, when you look at your face in the mirror, the brain is used to seeing the same image. But in low light, with a fixed gaze, the brain starts to lose the reference points and creates these monstrous apparitions.
That's crazy.
Again, the mind is freaking wild, man.
Oh, yeah.
You never tried to summon Bloody Mary?
No, we should do a live and we'll do this. You go in your bathroom, I'll go in mine, and we'll do it.
I did it when I was a kid and I never saw anything.
Yeah, but I mean, if I do it and I die, I mean, there's got to be somebody out there to avenge me.
It'll make a good episode. I'll get a lot of views off it.
Oh, yeah. That'd be fucking guy in bathroom dies. Probably fucking think I was taking a shit or something.
But I just think it's so crazy that your mind can just warp it like that.
Well, yeah, mine's terrible things sometimes, right? You think of certain things and then you get carried away, and that's how things just get situated.
But in such like minimal circumstances, like a mirror, a candle in a room.
See, I mean, you know what you're looking at, right? And then you're just like, okay, well, I'm looking at this. This isn't going to be any different. And then it's like, well, what if it is different? And then it just starts trailing off from there, right?
Yeah, fear definitely has to affect it.
Well, I mean, that and all your other abilities too, right? Like, you get fear, and then you start sweating and stuff. And you're like, oh no, oh shit, what's going on
That's
here?
so crazy. But yeah, this isn't a very long one.
Well, I really like this tale here.
Let me know below if you played this as a child or as an adult. And if you did you see anything besides your own reflection? And do you actually think this ritual has a supernatural connection, or it's purely psychological?
I think it's supernatural.
What do you think it is in the mirror?
Some girl named Mary who's all bloody who's going to kill me.
Do you think she has an origin? Like, do you think she was a real person, or do you think that she's just something completely separate?
Well, I think it was possibly a real person. Maybe it could have just been like something made up to scare kids, you know? But I mean, if it was a real person, it had to have some sort of backstory. Yeah, I think it's a real person.
Do you have any of the ones that I mentioned, or do you think it's someone else? There's so many other options out there. I just picked a few.
I actually think it was like some teenage girl. You know, got bullied or something there, and then fucking something happened, and then she's trying to get revenge. So anybody who says Bloody Mary is, oh, bam, dead. Or maybe they get their fortune told, you know what I mean? But I mean, maybe they get stuck down in toilets, who knows? Glub, glub, glub.
All right. Well, with that, I think we'll close it out. Glub, glub, glub. Well, thank you so much, Christopher, for coming on.
That's what I wanted to hear. Thank you very much. I waited the whole episode to hear that.
Well, thank you, everybody, so much for listening. And don't forget to check out Twisted Tales with Chris. And don't forget to check me out on my other podcast, Creep It Weird. I think we're both on all places you can find your regular podcast fix.
Where you can get your regular podcast fix. Say it 3 times. Regular podcast fix. And then we'll come for you.
Till next time. Bye.
Ooh.
Thank you for listening. If you need more content or just want to help support the podcast, head on over to patreon.com and search Ouch, Was That a Ghost? If you need some snazzy merch, you can find it at crowdmade.com by searching Ouch, Was That a Ghost? If you have a story you'd like to share, you can email it to ouchwasthataghost@yahoo.com. You can also find us on Facebook and all the other social media platforms under Ouch, Was That a Ghost?
Help me.
All links can also be found on ouchwasthataghost.com.